So, my story of meeting Joe Exotic, just for a reference of time, it was after the reptile house had been burnt and rebuilt. So, anywho, we go to the GW Zoo. My wife had gotten tickets to it on Groupon for stupid cheap. Anyways, we go. We're watching watching him do his thing, his little animal show. But before the animal show, he shows his music videos, like all of his music videos. And one of the music videos was about a chimp who PETA had poisoned. Now, the little ones, toddlers and 4 or 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, were bawling in the audience. Bawling. In that video, they actually showed the dead chimp. I mean, it was traumatizing to the kids. And me and my wife, it was me, my wife, our daughter, and our youngest son. We've got 3. The oldest was in the Army at the time. My family, we were like, holy crap. We couldn't believe what we were watching. So after he does his show, his animal show, there's a tour. And when you go on the tour, you have to lock up your phones, your cameras, all that. None of that's allowed on the tour. So we lock up our phones and we go on the tour. And I mean, it was okay. Some of the cages were very, very tiny. And that's one thing they didn't show you in the special was like the bear cage. This bear, massive brown bear, was in a tiny cage. I mean, he couldn't sit up if he wanted to. He could only walk on all fours and lay on his belly or his back. But he could not sit on his haunches. It was so small. So we see the animals. We do all the thing. Feed the camel. Put the treat in your lips and feed the camel. We do all that. And the thing that broke my heart watching the special was the blonde guy, the tall blonde guy. I can't remember his name. He looked so healthy when we were there doing the tour. And he looked so happy. I mean, he truly seemed like he 100% loved those animals. You could see it on him. A lot of the other handlers too, you could see it on him. See it on them. I totally agree with the documentary that at that time when we went and saw him, Joe was doing his presidential bid. And I truly believe that he wasn't as interested in the animals. He was interested in being the center of attention, most definitely. But he wasn't as interested in the care and upkeep for the animals. Everybody else there seemed to truly, honestly love the animals and care about their upkeep and what's best for them. We do the back on track. we do the pet a tiger, and we held the tigers and the lemurs and all the little bitty cute baby animals, and that was really cool. I'm not gonna lie, that was awesome. Afterward, we're starving. We're famished. Starving to death. So we hit the concession stand. And we order our food, and the fucking pile, the amount of food that they gave you for $6-7 was insane. We couldn't finish it. But while we're sitting there eating, and I'll get back to that in a second. While we're sitting there eating, we're sitting there visiting, and he comes over and sits down with us. He being Joe comes over and sits down with us and talks with us, and we talked for about 20-30 minutes, just one-on-one with him. Dude was odd. I mean, woo! After the conversation, me and my wife, we get up, dispose of our plates, and we're on our way out the door. And we look at each other and we're like, wow, this guy is fucking weird. weird. I mean, I guess you kind of have to be that involved in animals, but fucking hell. Anywho, coming back to us eating, I was absolutely disgusted when I found out that the food that we were eating was off of the fucking expired Walmart truck. That just made me sick to my stomach. I was like, are you fucking, that's gross, dude. That's fucking gross, man. But, anywho, that's my story of how we met Joe Exotic. Just remember, ELE, everybody love everybody. You guys have a beautiful day. I do have to add this. Hang on, let me roll up the window. Bella's got her head hanging out the window. I do have to add this. The actual tiger enclosures were huge. They had ponds and little creeks running through them. The tigers had all kinds of places to play. So I got to add that. The bear enclosure was very, very sad, but the rest of the enclosures were massive. So I've got to, I had to make that amendment. I had to give credit where credit was due. They had all kinds of stuff in there to play with, things to climb on, big ass, balls to bat around, because they're fucking cats. Cats are nuts. But I'm a dog person, don't like cats. But I was impressed with the condition of the actual enclosures. So just had to add that. You guys say hi to Bella. 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 Hey. Say hi. Say hi to the people. Say hi. Say hi. Anyhow, I do have to say this about the Tigerking. He did seem to help out quite a bit of ex-cons, people down on their luck. Probably didn't pay him what he should have, but he gave him a job, gave him a chance, gave him something to eat, even though it was expired meat. But he did seem to help him out quite a bit, or at least try to. His heart was in the right place in that aspect. So, and that's something we as a society need to do more of. Now, I've only done a few stints here and there in the city jail. Never done any hard time. But we need to take care of those guys. Because I've known several that have got records, and they deserve a second chance. I mean, they went in, they did their time, they did what, was expected of them because they fucked up. But when they get out, everybody's like, oh no, that's an ex-con, not thinking that people can change their ways. So, we as a society need to look within ourselves, business owners. Look within yourself and look at the person and judge them by their, well, I guess don't judge them at all, but try to give them a chance, That's just my personal opinion on the matter. But I don't know. What can you do? Just remember, guys, we all bleed red. Everybody love everybody.